Welcome to the Kentucky Education and Labor Cabinet Office of Occupational Safety and Health online training resource. This class is presented as a service of the Division of Education and Training. Please read the following disclaimer. This is an overview of Kentucky's child labor laws contained in Kentucky Revised Statutes, or KRS, Chapter 339, as enforced by the Kentucky Education and Labor Cabinet, Department of Workplace Standards, Division of Wages and Hours. Our first objective is to define what a minor is for the state of Kentucky. A minor is defined as a person between the ages of 14 and 18 who is either enrolled in public, private, or home school, or not enrolled in school and has not achieved the required credits for graduation from high school, as established by the local school district authority pursuant to KRS 160.290. And now we must determine when school is in session. School in session means the times established by local school district authorities pursuant to KRS 160.290. The list of options, virtual school, homeschool, etc., allowed by the school systems would still fall under the local jurisdiction of the school district schedule. School is considered to be in session or out of session based on the district schedule. If the district schedule shows school in session, then all schools in that district are considered in session. We must know the difference between a school day and a non-school day. A school day is when a minor attends school for any part of the day. A non-school day is a day when a minor does not attend school for any part of the day. When school is in session, a minor, 16 years or older, can work an alternate schedule, as long as it is on file and approved by the Director of Pupil Personnel, or DPP, guidance counselor, or principal of the school that the minor attends. No minor under 14 years of age shall be employed, permitted, or suffered to work in, about, or in connection with any gainful occupation at any time. This excludes employment programs supervised and sponsored by the school or school district that the minor attends, which program has been approved by the Department of Education and subject to the regulations of the Commissioner of the Department of Workplace Standards. Also, Kentucky does not require work permits for minors. Gainful occupation is a term used to determine if a minor is employed by an employer. Examples of jobs that would not be considered gainful occupation are listed as follows: farm work, domestic service in a private home, grass cutting, carrying ashes, newspaper delivery on a regular scheduled route, actor or performer in movies or theater, radio or television productions, or employment by the child's own parent or legal guardian other than hazardous duty. As stated, a minor must be at least 14 years of age to be gainfully employed in Kentucky. Here's an example of an occupation that would not be considered gainful occupation and allowable to a minor that is under the age of 14 as long as the following restrictions occur. A minor who is at least 12 years of age working as a referee, umpire, or official in a youth athletic program, subject to the following. The minor is a referee, umpire, or official for an age bracket younger than the minor's own age. An adult representing the youth athletic program is on the premises where the athletic event is occurring. The minor has on file with the person responsible for assigning the minor to officiate for the youth athletic program the original or a copy of a written consent to the child's employment as a referee, umpire, or official signed by the minor's parent or legal guardian. Again, KRS 339 defines that a minor must be at least 14 years of age to be gainfully employed under certain conditions in Kentucky. Also, child labor law posters are available and provided at no charge. KRS 339.400 defines that an employer that employs minors must keep the following information on file. Every person employing minors under the age of 18 shall keep a separate register containing the names, ages, and addresses of such employees, the time of commencing and stopping of work for each day, and the time of the beginning and ending of the daily meal period. The employer shall post and keep conspicuously posted in the establishment wherein any such minor is employed, permitted, or suffered to work a printed abstract of KRS 339.210 or 339.450, and a list of the occupations prohibited to such minors, together with a notice stating that the working hours per day for each day in the week required of them. KRS 339.400 also states that these records and files shall be open at all times to the inspection of the school directors of pupil personnel and probation officers and representatives of the Education and Labor Cabinet. Each employer that employs minors must keep a copy of proof of age on file. A list of documents allowed are as follows: a driver's license or state issued ID, a government issued passport or military ID, an official school ID with a typed date of birth and photo, or a birth certificate. For minors 14 and 15 years of age, the following restrictions are listed for the number of hours worked. Minors may work between the hours of 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. or 9 p.m. from June 1st through Labor Day. Minors are limited to 3 hours per day on a school day and 8 hours per day on a non-school day. They are limited to 18 hours per week in a school week and 40 hours per week on a non-school week. But keep in mind, 14 and 15-year-old minors may not be employed during school hours. Minors between 14 and 16 years of age may be employed by retail, food service, and gasoline service establishments in the following occupations: office and clerical work, cashiering, bagging and carrying customers' orders, errand delivery, cleanup work, kitchen work, working with automobiles with some exceptions, and cleaning, labeling, and stocking produce. There is a lot of very specific information here, so please read carefully. Minors between the ages of 14 and 15 are prohibited from working in any of the following areas: manufacturing, mining, or processing occupations, occupations which involve the operation of hoisting apparatus or any power-driven machinery, the operation of motor vehicles or service as helpers on such vehicles, public messenger services, occupations in connection with transportation of persons or property by rail, highway, air, water, pipeline, or other means, warehousing and storage, communications and public utilities, and lastly, construction. Again, this is a very specific list of information, so please read carefully. And now we move on to the prohibited duties for 14 to 16-year-olds. Work performed in or near boiler or engine rooms, work in connection with maintenance or repair of the establishment, machines, or equipment, outside window washing that involves working from windowsills, and all work requiring the use of ladders, cooking and baking, with some exceptions, occupations which involve food slicers or grinders, food choppers and cutters, and bakery-type mixers, work performed in freezers and meat coolers, loading and unloading goods to and from trucks, railroad cars, or conveyors, and all occupations in warehouses except for office or clerical work. Once again, this is a list of very specific information, so please take your time and read the slide. The hours worked restrictions for a minor 16 and 17 years of age are as follows: 6 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. preceding a school day, and 1 a.m. preceding a non-school day. 6 hours per day on a school day, and 8 hours per day on a non-school day. They may work 30 hours per week. There are no restrictions other than hazardous occupations, lunch breaks, and rest periods when school is out of session for the entire week. The following is a list of hazardous occupations that are prohibited for all minors under the age of 18. Occupations in or about plants or establishments manufacturing or storing explosives or articles containing explosive components, motor vehicle driver and outside helper on a motor vehicle, coal mine operations, logging or sawmill operations, as well as the operation of power-driven woodworking machines, occupations involving exposure to radioactive substances, power-driven hoist apparatus including forklifts, operation of power-driven metal forming, punching, and shearing machines, mining other than coal mining, operating power-driven meat processing equipment, including meat slicers or other food slicers in retail establishments, wholesale establishments, and most occupations in meat slaughtering, packing, processing, or rendering. This continues the list of hazardous occupations that are prohibited for all minors under the age of 18. Please take your time and read through this and click the Continue button when you're ready to move on. For further information, you may refer to the Fair Labor Standards Act, Child Labor Bulletins 101 and 102, with the U.S. Department of Labor. There are a few exceptions for the number of hours worked for a minor that is 16 or 17 years of age. The following conditions must occur. A minor 16 or 17 years old may work 32.5 hours in any one work week if a parent or legal guardian gives permission in writing. That minor may work up to 40 hours in any one work week if a parent or legal guardian gives permission in writing, and the principal or the head of the school the minor attends certifies in writing that the minor has maintained at least a 2.0 grade point average in the most recent grading period. School certification shall be valid for 1 year unless revoked sooner by the school authority, and this parental permission and school certification shall remain at the employer's place of business. All employers that employ minors must adhere to KRS 339.270, and this states all minors under the age of 18 must take an uninterrupted 30-minute documented lunch break when working more than 5 continuous hours. Also, that all minors shall receive at least a 10-minute rest period during each 4 hours of work, and there are no exceptions. The following occurs when a minor under the age of 18 is emancipated and or graduated from high school. A minor who has graduated high school is no longer bound by the child labor laws other than hazardous duty and lunch breaks. Emancipated minors are bound to the child labor statutes until they have graduated high school. The employer must have proof of graduation on file from an accredited educational institution for anyone under 18 years old. This concludes the overview of Kentucky's child labor laws. For more free online safety and health learning opportunities, please visit our website. And as always, thank you for taking this course.